Oh, well, hey, Beth. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back, honey, to some more reviews of Ready to Love and Ladies to List. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get right on into it, honey. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Ready to Love first. Let's hop on into them. Okay, so AP, when it came down to it, to AP and Precious being sent home, it seems like they decided to vote off Miss AP. They felt as though she was not ready to love because they feel like she still has some things going on and still has an emotional connection to the husband that passed away. So they felt like she wasn't suited, so they decided to go ahead and let this girl go. Right now, Eric done made everybody some shrimp pasta, so they are really loving it. They are enjoying it. He says that he's glad because he got to share his passion with everybody. He got to do his passion, which is cooking. And he also hopes that he's able to, you know what I'm saying, be cooking for his future wife, Miss Zakia, because we know it ain't Miss Carmen, and ain't nobody finna make me think anything different, girl. Let's keep going. Now, while they sitting around the table and stuff, you know, enjoying themselves or whatever, girl, you got Laverne, honey. Laverne, baby, you been off to the side. You ain't been talking to nobody all motherfucking day. Hear me? But then now when the group get together and you done had you a little bit of the drinky drink, you want to sit up here and play truth or dare with the people with your messy ass. And you ain't finna tell me that you was not trying to be messy when indeed you were, which is fine because we enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But don't try and act like you weren't trying to be messy when we know that's what you were doing because you had been standoffish the entire day. So cut that out. All right. So he dares the new girl, which happens to be Tina, I believe. He dares her to go and touch the chest of the person that she's feeling the most. We already knew who she was gonna go to, honey. She ran over there to what's his name, Paul, and she was over there rubbing on him, and I was like, girl, oh God, that was hard. Anyway, Laverne calls out the age difference, and he's like, oh, 31 and 48, 31 and 48. And then here go Paul. Wiley know what it is. Wiley knows what he know what it is. He know about that life. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Focus on what you got going on with Miss 31-year-old. You ain't even have to bring Wiley into it. Wiley over there looking like, baby, how did I get into this? How did I listen? At the end of the day, age is not about that, okay? It's about the connection. That's the most important thing. But Wiley, it don't matter, baby, because you haven't made a connection with anyone anyway. Okay, but let's go ahead and scoot on. But I'm just like, Paul, focus on yourself because primarily that was the thing for me, okay? Anyway, Donovan decides to dare Joy, okay, to go and kiss the man that she has the best connection with. And Miss Joy jumps up, runs around the table to go plant her lips over there on Clifton. And I wasn't really mad at her for doing that because we all know that they have an attraction to each other. They enjoy each other and they actually give each other the space to go out and mingle and get to know other singles, right? They allow each other to meet to actually experience the process. But we already know we shouldn't have been shocked that that was her number one choice. That's where she was gonna go run and plant them lips on, okay? She wants him to make sure that it's very clear, okay? You're who I'm feeling. It's very clear. Make no mistakes about it. So definitely here for that, okay? Carmen looked scrunch faced though when she saw that, and it's like, Carmen, I know you're not looking scrunch faced because you never really had him to begin with. So fix your face, okay? She also says that Clifton just fixed me a plate. He just fixed me a plate. And I said, girl, Clifton probably fixed everybody a plate because Clifton does give me the type of, he strikes me as the type of person that's like, are you good? Like when Ace was off to herself, he stopped what he was doing to go and check on her. So whatever you call those people that wants to make sure everybody is taken care of, you good, you straight, you this, you that, I feel like he would have fixed his homeboy a plate. Any woman in there, he probably would have fixed their plate. Like, yeah, I got you. Because he's probably the type of guy that likes to look after people, okay? So make no big deal about that, Miss Carmen girl, all right? So Dakia asked Carmen the truth, which was a really good question, okay? She asked her like, girl, are you genuinely interested in anybody here? Or are you only interested because these are the only options that we have? Girl, that was a really good question, Miss Dakia, but I could tell you Miss Carmen was not going to answer that question with the full truth, girl. She was not going to say, well, girl, these are only options, so I'm just choosing with what's in front of me. She wasn't going to tell you that. She had to let y'all know because this is also a game as much as it's a process. She wants to make it to the end, girl, so she's not going to just act like she ain't really interested in nobody. She like, girl, you trying to get me sent home next? Oh, no, ma'am. She had to be careful. Now, what else we got? Messy Boots. So I think it was Carmen or whoever was next, whoever the next person was, they dared Miss Sabrina to go and nibble on the ear of the guy that she's more interested in. So here go Joy talking about something. Come on, Tori, come on over here so she can nibble on your ear. Tori. So everybody thought it was gonna be Tori, girl. She said, here goes Sabrina. I have to think about this. And then, Tori was already in his feelings because he's like, oh, now her having to think about it. So she goes over there around on Demetrius's side, passes Demetrius, comes back to Demetrius and nibbles on Demetrius's ear. Now, if you ask me, I feel like she did that not because she solely is not because she solely is interested in Demetrius, but I feel like she really did that to get a reaction out of Tori and see how Tori responds, okay? When she makes him jealous or whatever, because she's already said a long time ago how she kind of wanted somebody to compete for her, right? When Demetrius was sitting at the back of the bus and wasn't jumping in the conversation between she and Tori in the first place. She wanted him to kind of like compete. So Miss Sabrina strikes me as that type of woman, okay? She wants to make them jealous and see how they respond and react to that type of stuff. So there's that. Later on, we see where Joy, Precious, Wiley, Clifton, and Demetrius all link up. Precious over there pleading to prove to Demetrius that she is a woman that is not a party girl. Like, let me prove to you that I'm not a party girl. It was giving very much forced. It was giving very much awkward. Like, let me prove to you that I'm not. He was like, you ain't really got to prove it. She was like, no, I do. I have to prove it because you guys think that I'm a party girl. I feel like he probably told her, like, you don't have to prove it because it's a little too late. We pretty much have already made our decisions on who we want. For real. But if you feel like you need to prove it, cool. You might want to prove it with somebody else, but it ain't changing over here with me. And shout out to Demetrius, I have to say, because I feel like he saw right through her just like I kind of did, okay? I felt like it was very much forced. He says that she knows she is on the chopping block. And he doesn't know if how she was coming off to him was genuine or not. Okay, so that's what he said. He don't know if it was because you're on a chopping block, girl, or if this how you really feel. But he got his good eye on you. That's what Demetrius was talking about. And I was here for Demetrius when he said that because I said something ain't right. Okay, but I mean, I guess she wasn't doing anything too different than anybody else that wanted to stay on the show and probably find love or whatever, right? But I guess Miss Precious Squirrel. Either way, honey. Let's move on, okay? Joy and Wiley. Okay, so Joy and Wiley talk, and he finally getting into the game is what he tells her. Like he's finally about to get into the game. He's realizing he needs to like step it up a bit or whatever, right? So all I heard when he said this, y'all, for me when he was talking was, I was really interested in a few of y'all ladies, but y'all ladies kept talking about my age as if I'm too young and stuff like that. So that made me feel like y'all wasn't as attracted to me. So I don't know. I'm really not interested in anybody right now, but I am interested in getting to know a few more of y'all, just so that I can save my spot and stay on the show much longer than what I've been. But yeah, I'm only interested in connecting with y'all on the sake of not going home. But I feel like Wiley just not, you know what I'm saying? He not interested. I really don't think he is, because if he was, he would have applied that pressure to some of the ladies. But I think he tried in the beginning, but they sunned him. They sunned him because they felt like he was young. And I kind of feel away a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, first of all, I already felt the way about the age differences on the show. I felt like the guys were much older than the girls. And I just felt like y'all need to, okay, like that's just too wide of a range, okay? That's not fair. As much as men that get older and don't have kids, they want to have younger women to because they feel like those women are going to be able to, have the kids and all this extra stuff or whatever the hell they may be thinking. But the same way y'all would want that, you have some younger women that would prefer their men to be just as young as them, so you'll have time to be around the kids and actually rip and run and this and that. Okay? Damn, you kind of slow down just a little bit when you get older. Now, that ain't everybody, but that's definitely somebody. So I definitely kind of, in the past, as I've watched the show, felt the way about the dudes being older than the women. But I also now feeling the way about him being the youngest, but in a different way, right? It's like the ladies are already just feeling like just kind of doing away with him because he is young. And some of these young men be better than the older men. Okay, they all be playing the same type of games most of the time. But Wiley may be a really, really good guy. For the most part, Wiley just might have it going on or something. I don't know, girl. Maybe it's just not for these group of ladies or whatever, Wiley. So I don't go home, but girl, I can't. I wonder if Wiley probably made a connection behind the scenes that we ain't known anything about, and we probably gonna find out at the reunion. But yeah, so that's that. Y'all hop down and let me know y'all thoughts about Wiley, him taking too long to get into the game, and him being younger, and people continuing to play him about his age or joke on him about his age or something like that. Because I felt like Paul was trying to rub it in his face, like, yeah, Tommy brought this young girl on the show to be with you, but the young girl don't even want you. She want me. But you should know all about that age difference in life and all that, right? Like, I just, girl, I want Paul to be gone so bad. Y'all, please hurry up and eliminate him. But let's keep going. Sabrina and Tori. So she invites him out because she wants to talk to him after she didn't put them lips all up on Demetrius. Okay. So Tori says that she thought, hold on. Oh, no. Yeah. Tori says that he thought that they had a better connection. He thought they had a better connection than what he thought. He didn't even know that she and Demetrius was as close. And I just kind of felt like you should expect that because this is a process. Like you should expect, even if they're not as close, you should expect that she's probably entertaining someone else because y'all haven't really had the conversation saying that it's just going to be the both of y'all. Okay. So y'all haven't had that conversation. So there's that. She says that she wasn't trying to hurt his feelings, but she was trying to be honest. Okay. Now, Tori wanted her to at least give him a heads up about her feeling someone else. And I'm just like, have you given her a heads up about you feeling somebody else? Hey, Precious, how are you? Have you given her the heads up? Your ego got hurt, right? Yeah. What else? Tori tells her he not finna be playing no guessing game with her. He says that he old fashioned. Either she rocking with him or she not. She says she understands, but she understands what he's saying, but also she wants to know, like, are you saying that you don't want to explore this with me? Like, what is that? And she says that it felt like it was coming off as an ultimatum. And I said it was coming off as an ultimatum. To me, he was trying to tell you either rock with me or don't rock with me. And if you're feeling somebody else, like, you need to let me know. And you have to let me know because my ego is bruised. You have to let me know because my feelings are hurt. Like, you got to let me know because of how I'm feeling in this process. And I'm just like, no. Y'all haven't made that decision to just rock out on each other. So you should just assume that she probably kicked it with somebody else. But anyway, so he tells her he's still rocking with her, but he would like to have a heads up, like I said, for his ego and for his feelings. He asked her about how she feels about him, and she says at this time, I really don't know. I don't know how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? You was my top, you was my number one, but baby, I don't know how I feel about you no more. So he says that he does want her to explore, and he means it. And the reason why he said that was because he finna go and explore too. So he don't want to feel bad for him going out there exploring with other ladies as well. Okay. So there's that. I will hope that Sabrina not finna get mad if he is exploring, connections with other women, because you dang sure kissed a whole nother person in his face. Okay, Miss Girl. So you're going to have to be on chill. Now, let's get to Carmen and Paul. Paul leads with a sexual innuendo when they're on a date, and he says that he wants to give her his pickle. And she was like, oh, well, I like to be fed the pickle. I said, girl, if y'all don't get the two worst people on this cast off my damn face, I can't. Hurry up. So she goes along, talking about she want to be fed. And then they start talking about, like, I guess, like relationships or whatever. Paul speaks on one of his deal breakers and says that if you're low energy, no drive, and no pursuit of happiness, he can't rock with you. And she was able to relate because she said that's kind of how her ex-husband was, okay? He was content with life as it was, and she wanted more than that, okay? So there's that. Paul asked her if she is approachable. And I didn't like that. See, Paul likes to ask stupid questions to me. Okay, what is the point of you asking her if she's approachable, only for you to say that it doesn't matter because if you want her, you're going to come up on her? Then why ask her that question? Anywho, he talks about them being super intentional and stuff. So we'll see what's going to happen with them, baby, I guess. Let's get to Donovan and Tina. We didn't learn anything about them aside from the fact that they both have daughters that are Geminis. That's all that I captured. And that's all that I'm going to talk about. Let's move on. Tina and Dakia. Tina, Dakia, Ace, Paul, Laverne, and Tori, they all link up. Okay, I think they go to like a little lounge spot and hang out. So Laverne goes and tells Ace that she does it for him. I'm tired of fucking Laverne. Laverne, you do look good. I'll give you that. Okay, you came off as a nice guy, gentleman, whatever. Okay, I'm tired of you. Okay, you act like you God's gift to women. Okay, like I'm tired of Laverne. Okay, then it's like every other day. 1 minute he go on a date with Carmen for the first time. Oh, I think this may be it, Tommy. I think this may be it. Then he over here telling Ace, I think you're the one. I think you're it. Then you over here with Joy doing whatever but I understand though, I have to say, it is a process, and that's fine, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with going on these processes, engaging, interacting, having a great time. But I feel like he overdoes it when he makes it seem like they're the one, and then later on find out that they wasn't. You've been out here really trying to play them. And it's like some ladies, they may not know. Like if you see 3 different women, one of them might know that that they're the top. Right. And the other ones might be competing or you know what I'm saying? Like one may know they're the top. The other one may not exactly know where they are. And I feel like that's okay. But when you come and try and make everybody seem like they are the one, and it's like then you playing games, then you on your Corey bullshit from last season. And I can't take it. Laverne, you are, baby, you probably gonna tell me he gonna make it to the end. Girl, I hope not. Listen, you and Paul can go together. What else? So he's stuttering. No. Laverne tells Ace that she does it for him or whatever, right? So then she over there stuttering. She's stuttering because I don't know if it's that she's shocked or if it's that she doesn't see him in the same way. Like, why are you stuttering? Maybe she just wasn't expecting him to say that or something, I guess. Or do you just see him as a friend? Like, what's that? But I guess, girl, anyway. So Ikea and Tori speak on the truth or dare game, right? Tori says he is now assessing the situation and whether he needs to fall back. And by fall back, he means fall back on Sabrina and get to explore his other options or whatever. So he plans to do that and mingle with some other ladies. So much so that we're going to see him go on a date in the future with Precious and land a kiss on her lips. Now, I will say when Tori and her sat down to begin with the first day, I actually enjoyed their interaction together. I thought that they were good because they had so much in common, right? So, I mean... We'll see, girl. I wouldn't be surprised if they did hook up. I was more so surprised about Tori and Sabrina than I am going to be about not Princess, but Precious and Tori. So Paul and Tina talking about she dressed for him. Tina, then you're tacky. Okay, talking about I dressed for you. I think he said he liked her outfit. She's gonna say I dressed for you or whatever. Girl, don't tell nobody else that shit. Okay. Don't tell nobody else that shit because you looked a mess. And I ain't nobody for the tell me that different, girl. But anyway, what else? She also tells him that she wants him to show her that he's interested in her. So obviously he hasn't been showing her as much that he's interested in her. So now I'm wondering, is he really, really more interested in Carmen? We shall see. Tina goes and meets with Laverne. Okay, she tries to get to know him. Laverne is tipsy already. I can tell how low his eyes are. What also bothered me about Laverne is the fact that he did more talking than her for some reason. Like when she was trying to talk, it was just like him just talking and talking and talking and talking. And she was like, Laverne look good on the outside and everything, and he got it going on or whatever, but he just ain't got it going on for me. Okay, he's just not my guy in particular. And I'm like, I know he not, girl, because that man know he is full of himself. Okay, talk about he from the South, and then talk about he from Gary, Indiana. I say, baby, how did Indiana get to the South? How did he get down there? Y'all can correct me because I ain't never heard no damn mess about no Indiana being in the South. But okay, even she was like, it's in the South. And then he's like, and a singer, R&B, top of the charts. Okay, he's from Gary, Indiana. So if you don't know nothing else, you should know that. And who is he? Who is he? Rock with you? Rock with you. She was like, oh, Michael Jackson. And she was like, I never knew that. I'm like, girl, I refuse to believe you didn't know that. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe people don't know that Michael Jackson is from Gary, Indiana, girl. I just refuse to believe that. Now, maybe you was just caught off guard, couldn't hear him because of the music or something, girl. Or either just was caught off guard by his behavior and it just slipped your mind. I don't know. But either way, girl, it was a terrible interaction. Not good at all. But anyway, so the ladies link up with nephew Tommy. And we learn about who the ladies are into. Okay, Tina is into Paul and Donovan. You have Carmen that's into Eric and into Paul. You got Dakia that's really focused on Eric, baby. You got Ace that's into Tori and Laverne. Okay, you got Precious that's into Paul and Donovan. And then you got Sabrina that's really featuring Demetrius, but she's kind of liking Tori again. Of course, Tori is a part of her top numbers, but based on how he responded, she's on the fence a little bit. But it's like, girl, you brought that reaction out of him because that's what you wanted. Okay, but anyway, so Wiley and Laverne ended up coming up the most when it came down to the guys. They feel like are not the best, okay, are not the best for them. So Dakia goes to sit with Wiley. Dakia tells him that he needs to go after what it is that he wants without being so timid in so many words, okay? Dakia, to me, when she was talking to Wiley, I feel like, Wiley, it is time for you to go home, dear, because they definitely be sunning you. And the energy that Dakia came with, it literally looked like she was sitting down talking to her son. I don't know if anybody else noticed that or experienced that, but it definitely, to me, was like, why does lady look like she's talking to her child or her little brother or something like that? Like, yeah, no, it was a very awkward dynamic, okay? Wiley was sent home because he was not ready to love, okay? When it came down to Laverne and Precious, she tried to speak on the lady saying that he orchestrated the whole messiness of the Truth or Dare. And he didn't want to accept the fact that he orchestrated it or kick the game off or anything. And I said, see, not only do you have this strong ego and you feel like women should come up to you, you also do not accept accountability often or easily, shall I say. You know, it's like everybody else is the problem but Laverne. And I could not. That ego is too strong for me. Laverne says that he is as open. Oh, he said he's not as open with everybody because he don't trust them. Then why the fuck is you on this show? If you don't trust them, then why is you out here trying to date, get to know them or whatever? Like, why? If you don't trust them, why you here then? You ain't got to be here. Nobody has to be here. Talk about you don't trust them. Precious tells him that he is filled with fear. She said, that right there that you talk about, baby, that's fear. And I don't even know if you're at a place where you're willing to open up, okay, and resolve that fear. Okay, so there's that. She tells him that the ladies still think that he's ready to love, though. Right? He says that the people are very judgmental in this process. No, you're very judgmental, your damn self, of this process. You the person that led with the conversation of the fact that you cannot trust them. So if you cannot trust them, that leads me to believe that you're automatically judgmental, your damn self. Okay, Laverne is extremely full of himself. I never would have expected it to be that way, but that's what he's showing us. He's extremely full of himself, and I can't wait till he goes home because he's over here running his big mouth like he gonna be here to the very end. Ain't nobody finna do that to him. Ain't nobody finna do nothing about it. And I feel like he thinks that because he's aligned himself with Ace. Or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Joy pretty much got her pick. Who else did he say that he likes? I think it was Joy. It was Ace, and I feel like it could have been somebody else. I don't know if it was Carmen or not. I don't think Carmen likes him. I feel like it was one more lady that I can't think of. But Joy pretty much got her number one pick. And I would want to believe the other person he probably was interested in had a number one pick too. And then here it is, Ace. Ace don't really got a number one pick for real. So it's going to have to be Laverne. So I feel like they leaning and relying on each other to get to the end. But I don't know. Laverne shouldn't make it to the end. He's trash. He's a mess. He's a mess. I rest my case. Okay. So there's that. That's all I got for Ready to Love. Okay. Let me go ahead and switch gears. And let's talk about ladies who list. Okay. Atlanta. Let's talk about it. Okay. So they open up the show with Kiana. Kiana is closing, okay, her property, okay? So it looks like she has her seller. They found a buyer. They're about to close. Miss Tiffany was running late, but she got there in time so that people can sign all the paperwork and everything. So that's good. All right, they know she done got a closing. Kira and Tiana, they go do a wine tasting, okay? Kira tells Tiana about Crystal's proposal of working with her and giving her clients 50% off on closings, on these closings, okay? So Kira goes to meet with Tiana. They having the wine and stuff. She done told her, listen, I want to tell you about Crystal. Crystal has approached me on a business deal. She wants me to start closing with her, and she'll give my clients 50% off on their closing. That is a really good deal that you're pitching to this woman. But it won't be a long-term thing. So I see Crystal looking at the bigger picture, but it's still you sliding her. Like I still think that's fucked up. Okay? Tiana tells her, girl, know when you're being sold. Know when you're being sold. Kira immediately cuts in and says that I'm not being sold. I'm not being sold because I haven't accepted anything. And she says that she's wondering if she is getting to, she's like, I just wonder, is she getting to know me for my, for my business, or is she getting to know me for me? And I'm like, revert back to what Miss Tiana told your ass. She said, know when you're being sold. See, this is what, and I put this later on in my notes, but I'm going to say it now. Kira got on my fucking nerves. Kira is a person that wants your advice, but don't want to hear your advice either at the same time. Why ask this woman what she thinks, and then she tells you know when you're being sold, and then you automatically debunk what she says and say, oh, I'm not being sold. And she did it again, okay, later on. So I'm going to talk about that too, because she ended up doing that again to her. What else? So Tiana tells her, you're smart. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You got all this stuff going on for you, girl. So you know when you go on a date with somebody, you know whether they're trying to really get to know you for you or whether they're trying to get in your panty pants. Okay. So I would believe that you would be able to decipher this particular situation accordingly in the same manner. You know when somebody out here trying to play you and get your business versus them trying to really get to know you. You got to sit back and look at all of the parameters. This was a woman that unfollowed your ass on social media because she wasn't rocking with you, right? And then we didn't even get to see what the conversation was between you and her about the whole unfollowing situation on Instagram. Then this girl falls out with her closest friend, Robin, learns that Tiffany is not a fan of hers. So what does she do? She comes to you for two reasons. One, because she's not friends with Robin at the moment, and Robin may take all her business, so she needs to fill in that spot so she'll be able to have income in that space that may be leaving. And two, to spite Miss Tiffany, because Tiffany don't care for her no way anyway, and she already knew this. Okay, so you should already know, based on those things, you know she's not coming to you out of just genuineness, okay? What else? Kira also tells her about the poly party she was invited to. Okay. And this is where I put in all caps. I'm irritated with the fact that Kira is actually considering the opportunity, because that's how she was coming off like, I don't know. I might. Like, she didn't know what she was going to do when it comes to doing business with Crystal. So that definitely irritated me. I also don't like that she is asking Tiana for her advice. And as soon as Tiana tells her her advice, she rejects it. That's I don't like that she does that either. So Tiana is confused about what the hell a poly party is. She's like, girl, what the hell is that? So she's trying to explain. And she also tells Kira in so many words, like, girl, I don't think that you should be going to this. Like, I don't think that's something that you would really be into. Maybe Robin may go. That's her friend. Maybe Kiana might be interested. I don't think that's really your stilo. I mean, unless you're curious, right? So then what does Kira say? Kira debunks that. I'm not curious. I'm not curious, you know, but I'm just a nice person. And it's like, girl, cut it out. You could be a nice person and not be interested in that. Like, come to, okay, girl, stop. You're curious. It's okay. So why every time somebody tells you something, you reject it? No, it ain't that. It's the same damn thing. You just rewording it in a different way. Okay, so why ask people for their advice if you just gonna go, like, I guess. So anyway, but she also goes on to say, I don't like how, no, I think I said that. I said that I don't like how Kira wants people's thoughts and advice, but she rejects everything. I said, you are curious. Why are you framing it as though you are just a nice person, I guess? Anyway, so let's get to the poly party. Y'all don't have to worry about it because I didn't put a lot of notes in for the poly party because I stopped paying attention to the poly party. So whatever I did capture, we'll talk about it. First of all, this ain't no damn poly party. This a picnic. This a poly picnic, okay? Poly pocket picnic. That's what it is, okay? So we meet this guy that Crystal, I guess she had been interested in for some time. The guy that is actually actively involved in some type of poly relationship, okay? He's been dating some wife for about a year now, but the weekends is for the family. He understands that. He can't spend time with her like that. The husband does know about him because they've gone on, they've gone out to get drinks or whatever together. So I guess the husband has his own situation too. All right. So they're all into this poly situation that got going on. Okay. So they bring Crystal over with Robin to meet the rest of the individuals. It was very awkward. I think you had a wife there with her husband and his girl. Then you had the wife being hugged up on by another man that I think happened to be somebody else's wife and girl. For me, it's just a whole lot of confusion going on. They started talking about the poly stuff or whatever. They really lost me. I stopped paying attention. I think Robin was asked some questions about a threesome or whatever. I don't even know what her response was or answer. I think she did ask them though, like, how do you guys handle these poly relationships when, you know, somebody may get jealous or something? And I think one of the girls said, yeah, that's a common, you know, human, you know, reaction is to get jealous. But then, you know, you go off and you assess things in your head or whatever, and then you get back on one track or some bullshit, girl. I don't know. But anyway, Crystal tells her guy, I guess the old man, because Robin said something about her having a man. Crystal goes and talks to the boy and says, oh, well, you know, I have somebody that I'm interested in, you know, and I think I'm going to lean into that and really see what he's giving or whatever. And then she says something in a confessional about how it's hard to tell her old man about her new man, but she does want to go out with the new guy to see what he really offering. So I was confused in that moment. It's like, who is this guy? Number one, we walking up to meet. Is this the guy that you're interested in and the guy that you were having the poly situation with? And first of all, on Ladies Who List, we spent too much time on this damn poly party. It was other things going on we could have spent time on. They're giving me all these minutes of this weak ass poly picnic. Okay. I was so confused. I'm like, is the new guy the dude that's into poly as well, or is this the guy that you've been telling us about, the old guy that's a part of poly, and you were considering being a part of that with him? Like, I'm confused about it, girl. And if the new guy is not a part of poly, you did all of this talk about poly and you brought people to a poly picnic only for you to not be a part of the poly's life. Like, what the fucking point was that? Like, it was the whole season finale was stupid as hell. For the most part, the show captured me throughout the season, but this finale was dumb as fuck. Like, I didn't even, girl, y'all really could have ended the finale last week. Y'all could have ended it last week with Tiffany getting Crystal's ass together, okay? We didn't really need this episode. Crystal decides to do a client appreciation party. She did a party for the people that she had closed with in the past 6 months. So those were her only intentions, but she decided to invite the other ladies of the show outside of Tiffany, because I don't think she invited Tiffany, because I don't recall seeing Tiffany there. So Kira also did not show up because Kira had bought a dress the day before from the mall preparing to come to this event, only to find out that she had the damn tag still on, the sensor still on it. So I'm like, you bought it yesterday. It had the sensor on it. So you couldn't take your ass? Because I thought from what it sounded like, is the day before she had bought a dress. They had the sensor on it. So you couldn't go the day of to go get the sensor off? Let them know that they left the sensor on? Or did you buy it the day of, got home and saw that it had a sensor on it, and then you decided not to go? Because that would make more sense. But I thought that it happened the day before. So I'm like, girl, you had more than enough time the next day to try and, go get this shit off. But whatever. Anyway, or buy a new dress. But whatever. So Tiana tells them about Crystal trying to woo in Kira. Kiana trying to act nice like she ain't just snap off on these ladies not too long ago. Talk about, look, I haven't been wooed. I haven't been wooed in a minute, girl. In a minute. Here go Robin. Like, girl, shut the hell up. Hilarious. Okay. So next thing you know, we see where Crystal mom shows up. She called her mama Deb at first, but she ends up calling her mom at some point. Robin walks over there, hugs up on her mom and stuff like that, only for me to find out yet again that her mama don't know Robin. And I'm like, this your best friend though, but your mama and they don't know her. They don't know her, I guess. But anyway, she was like, yeah, this is like my best friend. So when you say this is like my best friend, that lets me know that your mama don't even know who this girl is. But Robin over there saying, I heard so much about you. Okay. Whatever y'all want to do, girl. Okay. Crystal gives out awards, okay, to some of her clients, which is like Robin and Kiana. So she shouts them out, give them awards or whatever. So that was cute. What we learned towards the end of the episode, okay, we learned that Robin is officially done with Crystal. If you guys have not already seen our interview, the Ladies First panel's interview with Robin, you might want to check that out if that's not more confirmation. Or shall I say, if what they said at the ending credits that Robin and Crystal are not friends, if that's not enough information, girl, you can go on over there to that interview and listen to that. And that's going to be the confirmation you need. They are not rocking with each other. Okay. But we did learn that Robin did hire 4 agents for her brokerage. Okay. Now, Tiffany is opening another office and expanding to Alabama. So shout out to her for that. She's also working with the organization on mental health. Okay. So they're going to continue to work on that. Miss Kiana is pursuing her IVF journey for the second time around, and I really do hope this works out for Kiana. I may not have liked how Kiana came off during the show, but I really hope she does get the opportunity to be a mom to her very own child that she was able to carry and deliver for real. And if they're open to surrogacy, that's fine. I hope that she gets the opportunity to truly be a mom. She says that if it ends up being just her and her husband, she'll be okay with that. And that's fine. I don't think she truly wants that, but I think, like she said, I'll be okay with that. But I do hope that she gets all of the desires of her heart when it comes to her having this baby. I hope this second round of IVF is much better for her than the first, because that bogus they had going on, sitting up here not having her husband's sperm put off and all this, girl, I wouldn't trust them at all. They would have got sued, and they need to make sure that they didn't give her husband sperm to somebody else, and he got other kids walking around here. Hello? So I definitely would feel away. I hate that. I hope she don't experience, no black woman, no at all, experience no bullshit like that. Okay, I need her to drop the name of the company. discreetly, but drop their name, girl, so people know to not go to them again. Do you hear me? But I'm glad that on the show they promoted the Black woman that is going through the new IVF journey with her, the new Black doctor. Okay, because that's what we need to see, girl. Okay, so people in the surrounding areas or the region or whatever, y'all know who to go to. All right, y'all can go straight to her. And I also love that outside of Dr. Jackie, because I think Dr. Jackie of Married to Medicine is working on the same thing as well. She was starting her own little program for like surrogacy or something like that she was doing. I think maybe IVF may have been included. So it's good to see that it's another doctor, another Black female doctor out here that's operating in the same thing. Because usually when we see certain doctors on TV shows, they use the same person over and over, like especially the therapists and the counselors. It'd be the same people over and over. So I'm glad that they showed someone else. But of course, Dr. Jackie is over on Bravo versus OWN. So I just love that. But anyway, Crystal, they're saying that she's now in a serious relationship and she's working on expanding her office too, girl. Girl, y'all know where she going. Alabama, and then she tagged on Florida. Because you know one thing Miss Crystal gonna do, she gonna try to outdo somebody else. Hello. But I'm like, girl, I guess, honey, baby, bye. We'll see it, girl. We'll see. We'll see what Miss Crystal gonna do. All right, Miss Tiffany, keep your ideas and stuff close to vest, honey. Keep it close to vest until it's done. Because you know we can't really trust Miss Crystal out here in these streets. I don't care how cute she is. All right, we can't be trusting this girl for real. But one thing Crystal did say, and I appreciate that, because I said, if that ain't a Leo spirit, I don't know what is. She says, whatever I put my focus on is what I get. And I said, bitch, I have to say, if you got a word, I'm going to say that's a word. That is some real shit. Okay. I hope a lot of people took that message with them and put it in their pocket so they could walk around with that. Like whatever you put your focus on, like that shit don't happen. Like it's just what it is. The only way it's not going to happen is if you just don't try no more. Okay, so girl, I need to take that word with me as I go and transition into something else that I'm trying to do. Okay, so there's that. And then what else did we get? Miss Kira. Miss Kira is also working on her real estate license in the state of Florida because she wants to be able to sell property there, which unfortunately makes sense because when I think about the fact that Robin just said she's about to open a location in Florida. Why not? Because she still wants Kira's business. She still wants access to Kira's clients and stuff, girl. So it only would make sense so that she can be her closing attorney down in Florida. Ooh, that is some messy boots. Girl, y'all gonna have to bring this show back because I need to see how this is gonna work out. Because I can see Kira keeping her relationship with Tiffany, especially in the Georgia area and possibly in the Alabama area, depending on where the two ladies open their offices. But now knowing for a fact that Kira is trying to open her own like real estate business or whatever down in Florida too, that's probably gonna be the first office that Crystal try to open up, the one down there in Florida. Right, yes. Okay. And when it comes to Miss Tiana, we didn't get a whole lot about what's happening with Tiana, what's going to be happening with her or anything. We just saw her walk through another home, another beautiful home, as she prepares to show that off to her clients, okay? Try to get them, in another property. So basically what I captured from Miss Tiana is that ain't nothing changed, okay? Ain't nothing finna change. I'm just gonna continue to go up in real estate and continue to look beautiful while I do it, okay? I love the fact that one of the homes ended up selling the ranch that she went and showed Quinetta. Well, it looks like they accepted the offer, so that's definitely gonna sell. And what I loved was the fact that her husband was standing at the door, looking over at her and smiling at her like, look at my wife, she's stay getting it done, okay? So I just loved all of that, all right? I love me some Tiana. Definitely want to see her return next season and see what the girls are giving. Hopefully they get another season. I don't know, considering the fact that Miss Kiana decided that she didn't want to be a part of the show anymore. She didn't show up to the reunion and she went around blasting the production team or whatnot. Okay, so I don't know if that was too much bad press that they would not want to move forward into a new season. We can only cross our fingers and hope and pray that they're not going to be a one-hit wonder like Bell Collective. Okay, so I don't know. Y'all let me know, girl, any details about Bell Collective, honey. Let us know because it's definitely been a whole year since we've got anything regarding those ladies over there. But yes, honey, that is all that I got. I'm your girl, Jamie. That's me, honey. Okay, please do not forget to go ahead and hop down in these comments. Let me know your thoughts about Ready to Love. I gotta hear y'all thoughts about Laverne. Tell me your thoughts about Laverne and his bullshit. Tell me your thoughts about Precious and her begging and pleading, in so many words, to show a different side of herself to Demetrius. Let me know how y'all thinking about Tori and how Tori responded to responded to Sabrina kissing Demetrius, honey. Y'all gotta hop down in these comments. Also, let me know your thoughts about the overall Ladies Who List episode and Miss Crystal dating these men or whatever, bringing this woman to a poly party, and Kira not being open to accepting the advice that she's asking for. But y'all, that's all that I got, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.